Although I've had cats for over 35 years, and currently I have a very affectionate orange cat named Junior. Now he's in the office with me right now. Let's see if we can get him to meet you. And if I pull back the curtain that you usually see behind me on most of my videos, you will spot my orange little friend, Junior. Hi, Junior. How's my Junior cat? Although I love my cat, I've always wanted a dog that is a golden lab or a golden doodle. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 benefits of having a pet for autistic adults like you and me, and which makes a better pet, a cat or a dog. Let's get started. To find yourself first, I am Chris Mitchell, aka The Confident Autistic from theconfidentautistic.com. If this is the first time you're watching a video of mine, welcome. Thank you for selecting to watch this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find other videos on my channel that you will also enjoy and find informative. I'm an autistic adult, late diagnosed, a multi-certified life coach, and an advocate for autistic adults who is on a mission to empower you to embrace autism confidently. There are several ways you can help support my mission, including liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. And of course, one of the best ways you can show your support is by subscribing to this YouTube channel. When you do subscribe, do not forget to ring the bell by clicking on the bell to be notified of new videos and when I go live with my weekly Q&A live stream. If you do not have a pet and are considering getting one, here are 9 benefits you as an autistic adult may experience as a pet parent. That's the nice way of saying a pet owner. Because when we own a pet, I really believe we become that pet's parents. And that's a great responsibility for us, and it can really help us as we navigate life as autistic adults on the spectrum. Now, a dog or a cat can provide you with emotional support, regardless of which one you choose, because having a pet can provide you with a sense of belonging and unconditional companionships. Pets can also help build your self-confidence and your acceptance of yourself. A pet can help with language and communication improvements. And you're probably wondering, how can a cat or a dog do that? They're not a speech therapist or anything like that. A cat can help, or a pet, let's just say a pet, because it can be a pet or a cat or a dog. A pet can help with language and communication improvements in autistic adults by providing a non-judgmental and calming presence. You may have seen the commercial on TV, how they take kids like in kindergarten, first grade, who are learning how to read, maybe are self-conscious, and bring a pet to them, or they take the kids to the Humane Society and they sit next to a cage. They sit on the outside of the cage. Don't worry, they don't put the kids in there. Next to a pet, an animal, and read to that animal. And that helps them build self-confidence as they're learning how to read. Because, when you start reading, you're not that great at it at first. Anything we try, we're not that great at first. Most everything that we try, we're not that great. Unless we're an exceptional person, which most of us are average. That's fine to be average. But how that helps kids grow that confidence, having a pet as an autistic adult can help us develop our language and communication skills. Because when we talk to our pets, no matter how we say it, they don't judge us. They don't care. They just love hearing our voices, and they're going to give us affection. As long as our voices are not yelling and screaming and intimidating them, they're going to accept us, even if we stumble over our words or mispronounce words or form incomplete thoughts. The pet's going to love us because pets have unconditional love. Pets can help us autistic adults with social interaction. Now, we talked about how they can help us with our communication and language skills because it gives us a chance to practice them. But a pet can also help us with our social interactions by assisting in the facilitation of conversations with others and open communications with family and the community. Now, I'm also low vision, so I am also a member of the low vision, visually impaired blind community. And I know many people who are in that community who have guide dogs. And when they go out in public with the guide dogs, a lot of people want to walk up and start that interaction with them. And, oh, that's a nice dog. See, for us on the spectrum, we have a dog, whether it's a service animal or not. Really can't take a cat out on a leash for a walk. It doesn't work that well. Cats don't do that. So you would probably need a dog for this. And you take that dog out for a walk. People may walk up to you and say, oh, that's a really nice dog. And that can help start that conversation. It can be an icebreaker. You're aware of that topic. You know what breed it is. You know how old the dog is. You know the dog's name, all this stuff about the dog. It's a great way to start conversations. Now, when I was younger, I don't do this anymore because I'm happily married. I like to stay happily married, and I don't want to give up half my stuff to my wife. Though I love her very much, I just don't want to do that. But when I was younger and single, I see a lot of people doing this. I don't know if people are still doing this today, but if you're single and you get a dog and you go out for a walk, that's a great way to meet somebody and start a conversation who you may be interested in dating or having a long-term relationship or marrying. So, I mean, people have been using animals for years and all. So there's some proof behind it that as autistic adults, if we have a pet like a dog, it can be that icebreaker. So people will approach us to start conversations. Because for many of us, myself included, starting a conversation with somebody I do not know is very frightening to me and it's full of anxiety and stress. And I try to avoid it at all costs. But a dog would help break that ice for me. And I think it would do the same for you. As a pet parent, remember when we own a pet, we are a pet parent. Your pet will provide you with predictability. As a pet, crave structure and routine. So I guess you could say, or ask yourself, is my pet autistic? Because they love structure and routine. They depend on that. Cats and dogs cannot read a clock, and they like things being done at the same time each day. I had a cat. Her name was Laptop, and she was probably the second cat I had as an adult, and I had her for many years. No, well, I had her for a couple years. Because at the time my wife was my girlfriend, we picked up the cat, brought the cat to my house. My girlfriend, now wife, would come to my house, and every night around 9 or 10, my girlfriend would go home because we lived in separate domiciles. So when we got married, every night around 9 or 10, now my girlfriend moved into my apartment with me when we got married. Every night between 9 and 10, because of the routine, the cat sat by the door, looked at her, looked at the door, looked at her, looked at the door, expecting her to leave. And after about a year, my cat finally came to terms with the fact that my wife is not leaving. So the cats, I mean, animals get very used to routine, and they like that routine and that structure in their lives. Pets are creatures of habit. Pets expect regular feeding, exercise, and playtime, and they expect you to get up at the same time of day and go to bed at the same time each day. Now, for those of us in the spectrum who work, whether we work from home or somewhere else, and even if we don't, Monday through Friday is usually different than what we do on Saturday and Sundays. Saturday and Sundays are probably very stressful for our pets because we tend to sleep in, stay up later, do things differently than we do the other 5 days a week. And it throws off their little routine. And we can relate to that because we know how it feels as autistic adults when our routine and our schedules get messed with. So cats and dogs can give us the predictability and help structure us in the routines that we need to self-regulate as autistic adults. Pets can help enhance motor skills. So if you're autistic and you're struggling with motor skills, get a pet because pets can help enhance your motor skills by providing opportunities for physical activity through activities like walking, playing, fetch, or grooming the pet. Now, speaking of motor skills, another thing a pet can do is they can help you with your physical activity. Trust me, this is going to connect here. If your pet of choice is a dog, like I said, it's hard to do this with a cat. Your dog will enjoy daily walks with you. And by taking that daily walk, you're going to get some physical activity and it will simultaneously help with your motor skills if that's an area you need some support in. Now, the right pet can provide you with sensory benefits. Often the touch of an animal's fur, the weight of an animal on your lap, the calming interaction of petting an animal, not to mention the soothing sound of a cat purring, can provide you with sensory benefits, especially for those of us who are sensory seeking at times. Now, dogs can be a lap dog. I had a friend of mine, I mentioned that I'm part of the visually impaired community, who got this service dog, and really nice dog. I think he was a Labrador. And this Labrador, when he was a puppy, thought he was so cute in people's laps. When he got full grown, 120 pounds, he still thought he was a lap dog. So, and there are dogs that can be lap animals that you can pet, and that'll be fine. Cats can too. Now, what I noticed in my own personal experience, and have seen other people's um, shared experiences on social media, if you want a really affectionate cat, the best kind to get is an orange cat, an orange tabby, like you saw of Junior a few moments ago. I've had two of those, and they are the most affectionate cats. I heard one person refer to them as a Velcro cat, and I can attest that is so true. Because Junior just clings to me constantly. He's constantly wanting to be in my lap when I'm in the living room. He'd leave me alone pretty much here in the office, so I stay in the window. But he clings to me on that. At night, he will lay at my feet. My feet at the foot of the bed is by the doorway. So he lays across my feet, looking at the door, protecting me for prey. He considers me part of his herd. And he goes nuts if I leave the house. He's very attached to me. And I've had two cats like that, Junior and my previous cat named Casey. Both orange cats, they were great. The other cats I've had a calico, had a turtle show cat, and I had I can't remember what they called her. Um, it's a beautiful cat, a little Meeks cat, I guess. I don't know. She had a little short, little stubby tail and all. Her name was Gateway, and she was really nice. But she, they were good cats and all, but they preferred a lot more independence. But the orange cats love being near you. So if you're going to get a cat, consider an orange cat. They are the most affectionate cats I've ever known. If you're looking for affection and companionship from a pet, and you're looking at cats, my best experience has been with the orange one, so check those out. Now, as you care for your pet, as a responsible pet parent, you can foster practical skills, including responsibility and empathy. Not all of us, but some of us on the spectrum may struggle with fulfilling our responsibilities and being responsible adults. It's something we may struggle with. And that's fine if you do. I'm not judging you on it. But when you have a cat, you're going to be responsible for a cat or dog. And when you have a pet, you're going to be responsible for feeding them, making sure they have water. If it's a cat, cleaning up the litter boxes, dog taking him outside to go potty, maybe even cleaning up his little packages he leaves on the yard or anywhere else. And you need it, and it will help you develop empathy if you have trouble with that emotion, to be empathetic when your pet is hurting or is sad or is lonely or is hungry. That's another great benefit of having a pet. And pets are very helpful in reducing stress and anxiety. It can be anywhere from just their presence being around you and looking at you, to laying next to you or laying on your lap, and you're petting them, and the purr of the cat can be very tranquil. Let's get to the big debate: cat versus dog. The great debate of which is better for an autistic adult. Well, I hate to tell you this, there's no clear answer to this age old debate, as both cats and dogs can be beneficial for autistic adults. And the best pet for you as an autistic adult depends on your individual needs and preferences. And you may also have to factor in, if you're renting, which one is allowed in your domicile, and the cost of the pet deposit, etc. If you're considering a cat, keep in mind that a feline can provide companionship, comfort, and sensory gratification, and can help autistic adults like you and me develop social skills, communication skills, and help us self regulate. Cats can also help reduce anxiety, stress, and social disconnection. Some they say that autistic people form a strong bond with cats, and that the bond can be unique, deep, and very joyful for yourself and for your cat. Now, if you're considering a dog, keep in mind that dogs can help autistic adults perform everyday tasks, keep a routine, and facilitate conversations with others. Dogs can also be beneficial for suicide prevention. Some popular dog breeds for autistic adults include Golden Retrievers, German Shepherds, Labradors, Border Collies, and Pit Bulls. If there are any allergies, if you have an allergies and you're concerned about that, you may want to get a hyperallergenic breed such as a Schnauzer, a Poodle, Golden Doodle, or any of those, and maybe even combinations of those, might be the best choice for you. Now it is your turn. Share with me, are you a pet parent? Which do you have, a cat, dog? What's the cat, dog's name? And if you are, you can share those comments on the video. And if you join the conversation in our Facebook group, Autistic Adults Embracing Autism, share a photo of your pet. Love to see those pet photos. Just pop them on in there. And do you know that I read and look at every single comment that is posted? I might not be able to comment on all of them, but I do read all of them. So thank you for commenting on all the videos. I really appreciate that. So this is the Confident Autistic, reminding you that now is the time for you to embrace autism confidently. And if you're looking for a pet, check out the pet shelters and adopt a pet and save a pet's life. And when you do have a pet, don't forget to spay or neuter them, because that's another way of being a very responsible pet owner. And if you want to get a cat and you love your furniture, think about declawing the cat, at least in the front. Have a great day. See you in the next video. Join me live Thursday nights for the Confident Autistic Live, where I answer your questions. We discuss this week's videos, offer support, and more. The fun starts Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time in the US of A. Be sure to click the bell when you subscribe to the channel to be notified when the party begins.